Alright, hi guys. So, today I'm going to show you guys how to make an Orgoneite device. So, it's very fun, very interesting. So, for my top crystal I chose, it's some kind of quartz, I'm pretty sure. The energy, I know, comes out the top in almost like rings. So that's what that does, is rings. So that is the first one that we will be wrapping, and we always make sure that this is wrapped clockwise. So regular bare copper, regular bare copper, cobre crudo, that's bare copper in Spanish. So, needle nose pliers, very essential to this process. You need to use a little bit more wire. That looks like a lot of wire. It is, especially for crystals, wrapping them. Just cut it. Voila, we have bare copper. So, before I start with anything that was loud, I always ask the pendulum. So, is this correct? I always get a swing clockwise for yes. Thank you, please stop. Is this correct? Thank you, please stop. Alright, so I have really incorporated the pendulum into this work. So, alright, it's going to be facing this way. Yes, out of this jar. So these are very tiny fish bowl. You can get them for $1. Very cheap. Very cheap. So I just have to remember that that is getting wrapped this way. So, now for our copper wire. It's difficult. It is very difficult to actually wrap these. So, what I do, there we go. Am I going clockwise? Yes. I am definitely going clockwise. Now I like to, since it's so moldable, malleable, I really like to get those little coils tight, especially up around the top parts. There. Perfect. Okay, I just keep wrapping. When I get to the bottom, there, I always make sure everything is in place. So these are really hard. I mean, this is a very difficult thing to do. For me. So I take my wire, and I'm going to get a good grip on the stone itself. Okay. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to slowly do the corkscrew. Still going clockwise. Even if it doesn't look like it's going clockwise, it's going clockwise. So you can slowly get that corkscrew. And I find that those coils, like that, and then just kind of bend the end down. That coil, those three, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, well, three coils total. I feel that just makes it's a very good a very good way to get these. So yeah, try not to let them touch. So that's pretty much. And then I like to take that top one and I like to give it a little spin to tighten everything up. So it clasps, just kind of clasps it. So there we go. That's how I do mine. If you guys can see that. So that's done. I always ask, is this correct? I get a really good clockwise swing. Yes. Thank you, please stop. Alright. Just kind of. And if you have some that are a little funky and they don't want to stay, give them a little twist. Like this. A clockwise twist. So they grip. Yeah, that worked. Perfect. Okay. There. That is, and yes, that side will be facing up. So that's what you stick in there. So that's done. On to the next. The coil for the inside. All kinds of rocks and stones. Tons of them. So we're going to take more coil. This time it's going to be quite a bit. This is a very odd shape for me. So I think that's pretty good for that coil for the inside. And then cut them. Just like that. So we have one big loop of copper wire. So, and what we're going to do, start with the inside coil. So I take my pliers and I make sure that little coil for the different rings kind of slants in. So, there we go. Just like that. And then we'll keep going, and I just keep going and wrapping. It's very easy to wrap since this is pretty large. A pretty large one. So I just keep wrapping, making sure that my coils are about 1/4 of an inch apart. And then you can go back and you can mess with this. Alright, there's my bottom. So let's see, it's going clockwise. So what you have is you pull it down. So now the fun part is feeding this jar the coil. It's not very hard. It's just difficult when you have so much going on with this. So you can see how I kind of shape it. I shape it to the bowl. So we have one good one down there. And then that middle coil I will take and spread out to the center. And then, yeah. So yeah, you guys get the idea. Just keep working it. Keep working the coil in there. It can be difficult. It can be a pain. It is a pain sometimes. So you want to get your coils in there. You want them about a fourth of an inch apart. There we go. So I just keep messing with my coil, making sure that it's set and fitting. And then I bring this up just a little bit to the top. So, alright, we've got a few good coils going on there. So, now like this, we can bring up. Don't let those touch. Alright, so it looks funky. Definitely funky. Now, I start with my Brillo. Now this stuff stretches. So, all I do, you don't need much. And it already goes in a clockwise motion. Cut the Brillo, just like this. Stretch it out. These are stainless steel. I find it works better in conjunction with the copper. Produces a very nice energy. Now I take that coil, and this Brillo, and I will slowly stick it down and just get it hooked into the first coil. So, there's your coil. So there's the inorganic. Now, I'll be needing that again. So we need the organic. So, these pebbles, I love these pebbles. They're amazing. $1. Very cheap. So, start to fill it up. Slowly. Now you just kind of make sure. Alright, now that gives you a very steady, so you can kind of mess with the coils now, even more so. That one just kind of locked. So, very easy, very simple, very fun. And the good thing about this is you can just take the rocks and space them. So you have a good layer of the organic. Okay, there we go. Trying to get it to twist and bend to my liking. Okay, now it's going to look funky because of the shape of the bowl. I've never done a bowl like this, but I know it works. That's the good part. That's the good part about Orgoneite. Alright, there we go. We have our coils. Very, very interesting, isn't it? So, now we need another layer of inorganic, which is where these come in. Regular rocks. So, I'm very fond of these. So I just kind of slowly layer those in. There's the inorganic. There's your inorganic. Now this will push the rest of the coils up and keep them spaced. As you can see, we are getting our coils spaced very well. So, now, organic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use shungite, which I love. One of the most important parts. Okay, and then I really think this is what makes the Orgoneite. I mean, the black powder, everything. So don't get rid. Don't wash them. Let that soak. Let that soak up. So we can pull up our coils a little more and get a very cool, nice ring. So they will eventually just start to follow up. So I think that's the end of that coil. I really do. Alright, so we don't have any coils touching. We have no coils touching. I just wish I could get this to form the way I want. Alright, so far so good. These stones will separate. So you can move them around, you can do that so they can separate from the other coils. So, okay. Asking again. Now, is this correct? And I get a very good swing clockwise. Yes. Okay, thank you. Alright, Dusty. Now this is either, I don't know, these are real rocks, so it's going to be organic. So, time to pour in your organic river rocks. You can get these for $1. If you can figure out how to open them. Okay, there we go. Pour your river rocks in. Pull up the coil. You can go in and you can adjust. See how the rocks are not letting the coils touch, and they are bringing the coils up. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want right there. So I kind of make sure it's all layered even. So now you can really see the coils starting to come to life. Okay. One more with the pendulum. I love doing this. It's so fun. It's so relaxing. Okay, is this correct? All right, thank you. A good swing of clockwise motion. So let's check this out. See if we have any coils touching. We do not. That's the good things about these little rocks. So I'm going to just pull that one little coil up a little more and let this stone here separate it so it's not going to touch. There we go. I don't want to touch my face because now I have black all over me. Alright, now you're going to need a little more of your wire, your Brillo. Just a tiny bit. I'll stretch that out just a little bit. This does not touch the coils, any of it. So this is the inorganic layer. There we go. I still want to get that little one up a little more. There. Perfect. The stones keep them all just perfect. Now you do have a lot of little metal shavings left over. If you're good with epoxy resins, all that stuff, add it to, save it. It's a good idea. So there's the inorganic. Done with this. I actually found these jumbo sized at Dollar General. They're Dawn. So go Dawn. Dish soap. You guys are amazing. Alright, and now I'm going to do probably more red, or more white river rocks. Since I have such an abundance of these little things. There we go. So yes, do not let that wire, the Brillo pad, touch. When I was picking these out, I realized that these were all quartz crystals. Each and every single one of them has a quartz. So, as you can see, the organic is the very last layer. So, all of our coils are not touching. Everything is nice. We have a really pretty layer going on. One more swing of the pendulum. Is this correct? Thank you. Yes. So that is shungite, so it's going to detect the coils. It's going to coil. It's going with the energy of the orgonite. So the orgonite has been almost created. Last your wire. Now I kind of want to just get a few more little copper spirals in there. Perfect. I think I might do an extra one right here too. So just very carefully give it a nice little twist so it really adheres to the stone. Alright. And I kind of take it, push it down, and there we have the very last part of this process. So, corkscrew. It's very corkscrewy. What you want to do, literally, is I corkscrew it down there. And then I put a few rocks around it to stabilize it, because sometimes they don't always want to stay. And there you go. That is it. The coils don't touch. None of the coils are touching. The Venus antenna is in the way. And you can feel the energy pulse out of it. So, is this correct? I get a really good strong, I can feel that pendant. Oh, perfect. I kind of feel like it's radiating its energy out. Okay, thank you. That's weird. The shungite pendulum is very, very cool. Love it. So there we go. That is how you make these amazing crystals or orgonite devices. So this is, I've never used a black stone. Yes, I have that one, and that one gives off amazing energy. So there we go. You can see the bottom. You can see the inorganic layers, the organic layers. You can see how they don't touch. And then we have a very beautiful stone at the very top. So, now, when I do pendulum work, I always do it with this. Every layer I ask, is this, you guys saw what I just did. So, yuck, black. Okay, is there anything more? Okay, I get counterclockwise for no, and clockwise for yes. So is there anything more that I should do to this? Counterclockwise, no. Thank you. Alright, it wants to pick its magnetic field up. Is this correct? Yes, thank you. Alright, so there we have it. I was thinking of adding some more shungite stones. I'm almost out. So no, I won't be adding more shungite to that. No more crystals, none of it, but yeah, you guys can get these all for $1. These giant bags of river rocks. And if you go through them, you'll find quartz crystals. Brillo, Dawn, I find it works the best. Sterling silver, stainless steel, pretty stones, fish pebbles, shungite, needle nose pliers, your copper wire, and a container, and if you work with pendulum, the pendulum. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these now. It's a vortex. It's crazy. So we have all these little shavings. Save those in baggies in case you do epoxy resin and all that good stuff. That's how you do it. Sometimes I'll do coils on the sides. This time I'm not going to do a coil on the side. I think it looks perfect the way it is. This one was the best to make. I wanted to make this one and show you guys on camera, but it just didn't work out that way. So there we go. Time to do field tests with these and the big one. So, alright guys, I will be right back. If I can get over here. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, hi guys. So, that is how I make my orgonite devices. Very fun. Quite the lengthy process, but it's very worth it. Very worth it in helping our Mother Earth, ourselves, bringing in that energy. So, Orgon is made. It's created, it's generated, and that's what this is doing. It's generating orgone energy. That's why you have your layers of inorganic, organic, inorganic, organic, and then organic at the top. It radiates it out. So the size and shapes of these definitely matter. I'm excited to do a field test with that one. It's going to be very cool. So, it's an amazing thing to do. It's an amazing thing to do. Where'd my little one go? These are done. The little Orgoneite ones. Get your spiral on the bottom, spiral on the top. All these pretty beads. This thing has some heft to it. It's heavy. So, yes. I have a really, really good epoxy resin coming, and those are gonna, yeah, those won't sell. The other ones, yes, those will be great. I can't wait to do those. Especially the pendants. So yes, I feel so much better making that Orgoneite device. It's really good. It's very good for our environment, very good for us, our bodies, our spiritual journeys. It's like aspirin, a cure-all, ibuprofen, a cure-all. So how great is that? So yeah, I was thinking about making some different coils around it. It's got kind of a male energy to it. It's kind of what I pick up from it. So I was kind of thinking of making some coils for it. I don't know. I keep reading back from the Union of Isis and Thoth, and I'm rereading that book now. And it goes further into the layers of the netter, the nails, and the autotem, which is the shrine box, in which it's like Russian dolls, like that, layers upon layers upon layers, which is a type of Orgone energy used 5,000 years ago, plus 5,000 years ago. So I am just amazed at how long that this has been available to us. And a lot of us are just now waking up to it. I think that's incredible. It's so fun. So yeah, I'm running out of space to put these. I'm running out of space to put these. So it's going to be crazy. When I do get my epoxy resin, which is going to be amazing, the very tall one, the skinny one, that will definitely be out for sale. I'm going to encase it with an epoxy resin, crystal clear, which I can't wait. So yeah, finally I get to show you guys how I do my Orgoneite devices. So it's made me happy. It made me very happy, and I could use it for the weekend. This weekend right now definitely will be one weekend that I don't want to be here ever. I just am done. So you guys can see in my vlogs, and I'm sure you guys can sense a lot of stuff. Most of my audience senses what I'm going through at times, and I like that. I don't like that you guys have to feel some of that, but you guys do understand. So yeah, I don't really ask for prayers or good thoughts, but if you guys would think some good thoughts for me for this weekend, that'd be helpful. Yeah, so trying to keep strong in my faith and not let person sink me into the ground. I'm trying my hardest, trying to keep my faith, trying to stay strong. It's hard. It's very hard right now. So, but that's how you make an Orgoneite device with very cheap materials. Well, not cheap, but good quality. Very good quality. So, I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys tomorrow. More Ouija 3.0 missing persons sessions coming up, so definitely. Alright guys, I love you all very much, and thank you all for watching. I love you guys very, very much. So, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. So, alright guys, I thank you very much. Very, very much. It means a lot to me to have you all. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good weekend.